Hello students, today I am going to discuss advice to youth. This is the part 2 of my previous video where I am going to discuss the remaining part of the chapter. Last time we had talked about, in my last video, about lies, what was Mark Twain's opinion about lies and what he advised youth to do about lies. Today let's start with the next para and we'll complete the chapter in this video. So in the next two paragraphs, Twain is talking about the ill effects of mishandling firearms, that is, what damage it can cause. Rather, what destructions have been caused over the centuries due to the reckless handling of firearms. He gives us an example from his life. He says that he had gone to spend his summer vacation in a farmhouse where next to his farmhouse there lived a grandmother who was old, grey and a sweet lady, a very nice, loving person. She was sitting at her work when her grandson crept in and got down a rusty old battered gun and which has not been used for a long time, and he pointed it at her, jokingly, laughing, threatening to shoot her. This caused panic, fright in the old lady, and so she started screaming and pleading him not to shoot. He outran her and placed the gun against her chest and pulled the trigger. Thank God it was not loaded, and so no harm was caused. But he failed to understand the trauma his joke caused, inflicted on this poor lady. Though no physical harm was done to her, there were no bullets, so no harm was caused, but mentally she was agonized. It agonized the old lady. In the next paragraph, he tells us that we should be responsible while using firearms, should not meddle with them unnecessarily, and he calls them the most deadly inventions of mankind. He says it is best to avoid using guns and thus avoid violence. The youth think that it is not a big deal to handle guns and firearms. So sarcastically he says that though picking up a gun and venting your anger may sound very easy, but it can cause more damage than war. That the youth has to realize the damage which they are going to cause. In the next paragraph, he lays stress on the habit of reading books, which will add to the reservoir of knowledge. It is obviously a very common stated fact that the more we read, the more knowledge we gather. It opens a completely different avenue for us. Sitting at one place, we can know about different things which are happening in the world. However, but books should be correctly chosen. They should be chosen very carefully and responsibly, not randomly. Any book you just pick up and start reading, it's not correct. He suggests some authors and books for the youth to read, which are there mentioned in your textbook. Now, in the last paragraph, he hopes that the advice given to the youth by him goes well with the youth, and they take it very nicely and they follow them and take it as a guiding principle, and they try to build their own character on basis of his advice. He says that the youth will be shocked to see that how similar they are to each other after all the advice and the social norms are followed. He taunts at the lack of originality in society and how each individual becomes a copy of the other after following the fixed set of expected standards. So this is what the later part of the chapter deals with. So this chapter basically is just an advice which Mark Twain gives the youth on certain elements, like about telling lies, getting up early, reading books, how to handle firearms. Okay, so go through my videos and see. It's just a summary given to you about the chapter. If you have understood it, do subscribe to my channel. I'll be also posting some shorts which are going to be related to this chapter, which is going to make the chapter easier, and it will be in gist. Just the elements of the chapter will be mentioned over there. Thank you.